And you're welcome back. Just like Judith said, this is Creative Corner. And of course, today, content creation is what we're talking about. In Nigeria, well, it's grown from a hobby to a major cultural force. Streamers now, well, shape trends, tastes, and also conversations rivaling traditional media like us here. With influence comes scrutiny, however, and questions about professionalism, accountability, and ethics are now central. The growth of streaming brings both opportunity and challenge. Creators can reach large audiences and monetize their work, but issues like misattribution, sensationalism, and also exploitation of cultural content have become more visible. For Nigeria's creative economy, these are urgent questions about how we value stories, how we protect culture, and also build sustainable careers.
So to help us go into the details of this and just really bring to fore in-depth analysis in this discussion, we're joined by Akan Ekanem. He is also known as Akstreetz. He is a music and entertainment exec and also consultant as well, and he just joins us right here in the studio. Akstreetz, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you for being here. I do have to start by saying that I worry about social media and how it is changing before our eyes. Before, you would request to write people on their walls, and then now you are bombarded with with content every single day. It is a gold mine that is now slowly polluting the earth. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And so one has to ask about, where we see content creation going and the dark side that we're not talking about.
So I was trying to tell somebody something some days ago about the wave we are not ready for when this tide start pulling up. I think the COVID era actually changed a lot of this movement for people realizing that you can actually stream. And I think the religious sector has most of those impacts because you could stream a lot of church services and all that. But the fear for me then was people don't understand how much people just adapt to things, copy and paste, but don't understand the necessity of it. So when you see the upsurge of a lot of people become content creators overnight, you go to a wedding, you have like 10 camera guys, 10 ring lights. The essence of the content is not being heard anymore, but just to have numbers and engagement. You have the likes of X paying for engagement and all that. So there's a bound need for people to get to key the reasons why this content were made for. Apart from just income, they were made for memories. We used to have photo book and photo albums then, and these were just where we could back to and see when you come to someone's house, you can look at the photo book. Yeah. But now we don't look at photo book because we now see digitalization as a good essence, which is right. But I tell someone some days ago, I said, we copy and paste as Africans, but we don't copy to understand. So systems and structures are built around patterns and cognitive organizations. You have economy of the creative sector that I've seen as social face, not economic face. I'll give you an instance. The biggest broadcasting network income in Nigeria is the news sector. And you say Afrobeat is making so much money, but how come the only place that's structured that you can see is the news sector, not entertainment channels? It's to tell you that a lot of things are being facaded and not being really realistic with us. So when you see young people decide to do content, and guess what? I tell someone every time, the reason why you see a lot of content creators are two things. The biggest strength that has pushed people to do this is poverty. Because half of them didn't really study about, maybe in school or even after school, to get one or two education about it. You just see the drive, you start working for you, and you're fine with it.
So monetization is what...
that's the biggest drive.
And you believe that monetization is also its undoing, because when you monetize content, it only means that they're going to churn out as much as they possibly can, and then that's what leads to the brain rot content that we're seeing.
The more engagement you have, the more you get to see clickbaits coming. You may see, you look at the rise of podcasts, for instance. I was telling somebody some days ago, we have broadcasters that are trained broadcasters. So when they ask you questions, they're not saying it because they want to have a drive in conversation, but to have a clarity of purpose. So people ask questions like, so is that what you think you said? Do you think that was right? These are instigative questions. So we now have people that have seen a plow through to use even their friends as bait to get clickbait and views. So nobody has that conversation to say, okay, is this worthy of airing? Because the NBC can't check you as much as they can. So if me and you see something here, they can check me and see.
I think you used the best word there, bait.
Yes,
I think bait is what drives content. Now, Judith, you had a concern yesterday. I think you mentioned it in your monologue about a creator who live streamed his attempted suicide. And that was, what's his name again?
Pella.
Now, let's talk about the influence of influence itself.
So, the first thing I felt bad for this old growth, because I saw this old pattern arousing for the past couple of months. People get to come live and people defend people for doing wrong things. This is not the first time he's going live on things like this. He's going live doing things, maybe eating the girl or something.
Eating her?
Yes,
Oh yeah, that was on.
So I think doing an event or so, backstage or so, dragging out something. My question is, so we've really lost moral consciousness to gatekeep people like this. My question is, who is Pella's dad? You don't know. Who is Pella's mom? Who are Pella's brothers? So the cycle tells you back that who owns the bread owns the family.
How old is he?
I think about
a young chap,
the young chap in his teens though, or
Teens?
20s or so.
20s, yeah.
But it's not that old.
It's not at 25, is it?
No, I don't think so.
So it's pre-frontal.
So there are the boys out of family background. Who is the father of this dude? That's a Benz, worth about millions. We all work hard in this country, and you work, if you have that kind of ride, we want to make your ride that extinct. So I just feel from one portion is the morallessness of our country.
Okay.
The loss of parenthood, the loss of family bonding. We can't, you see young people, young chaps in 17, 16, secondary school having iPhone 16. Who are the parents? And their poor kids.
Well, let's not vilify.
No, yeah.
I don't want to vilify because whether we like it or not, it's not just here in Nigeria. Content creators are, majority of the youth. Majority of the youth make up content creators.
Yeah.
That's jobs for them. However, in the Nigerian instance, I don't know if you agree with me, Judith, it's that this bait we speak about and the lack of gatekeepers, it seems to be what's creating a totally different monster. Now, with such an act as what Pella has done, how does it influence people, followers, who have seen this? Who's there to pull the reins and say, okay, this is what should not happen. You can't live stream your... First of all, it's even illegal to actually try and commit suicide.
Has drawn a flag on that already. So my point is, why I come back to that point of families, no matter how you want to gatekeep people, if you lack moral from home, you're going to exude what you have. There's China doing the same thing, bro. China know how to gatekeep these things. A particular country, I think Austria or Sweden.
Do you think we must?
We should at the time, the way we are, we should. Because let me tell you something.
Restrict teenagers, for instance?
Not teenagers, there should be age limits to most of these things. Basic. I think they should be.
Nigerians were on TikTok live.
They should be.
Doing pornographic content.
That's why TikTok
has to flag it. They have to ban those things. And guess what? You not see people seeing it as an escape to, because if this guy is making millions from it, I can make millions from it. There were years ago.
So we have put common sense, we have put wealth over common sense.
There's no wealth, there's money. Wealth is a bigger word. There's money.
I'm using wealth as a word because everyone aspires to and I don't think it's survival, because if you're saying money, then money is survival. But this is, they want to cash out. So it's to get quick mentality that it get rich quick mentality that it is. So it is wealth, right? Because there's dollars attached to it. These guys are paid out in dollars and not naira. And the conversion of it is, and then when you do that daily, you hit your quarters, you need your target, and that means the money goes up. What I'm saying is that we have put money, okay, agreed money or finance or access, you have put common sense, you have put morals for a country that is predominantly and unfortunately hypocritically religious and conservative. We have put everything above all the things that we claim to hold dear and near as a society. Now, away from Pella, away from all of these content creators, who is at fault here? Because you just called family. Is government also needs to be involved? Because the reason why the news arm of media does so well is because there's a regulatory body involved. You have ethics, you have professionalism, you are trained. I didn't get on air until I was behind the scenes doing production. There's a lot that goes, you have to go through all the tiers before you can come on, and they think you're just a pretty face. But there's so much work that goes behind the scenes. You can't just walk into any place and, there's that. But somebody will just wake up, put out a microphone and they start. So how then do you want us to gatekeep this? Who should be gatekeeping it?
So why we come back to society every time, and is because we can't run away from what we have created ourselves to become. When you look at the early 90s to 2000s, you used to wait till 4 o'clock to look at the TV, and to watch something insightful. I was telling a friend of mine, when last did you watch, maybe Taste by Moonlight? The content we put out there, even as independent programs and content producers, are more traffic rewarding than moral rewarding. So if you see people consuming a lot of things like that, you expect that to feed back in society. Now, gatekeeping for me, I will still go back to the fact that if the family unit is strong, the community becomes stronger, society becomes more morally justified. I'll give you an instance. You drive past this route now and you see someone fling out a bottle of empty water on the street. Nobody has been caught doing that wrong. You see that flows back into different sectors of our life, from media, for instance. Gatekeeping will also come back to where we have, who are the people in the broadcast sector? You see, I was telling somebody something, like 3-4 years ago, I said, my biggest wish is if we can have broadcasters become influencers, which we have lost. Because I will tell you for a fact, we are both media broadcasters for years. I check a lot of you guys' pages. The only time I see broadcasters do photo shoots is their birthdays.
Implicate us, why don't you?
We're busy.
I'm coming there.
We're busy now.
I want to hear the end of this.
So, because there's a structure to this thing.
Yeah.
The broadcaster sees himself as a gateway, but he or she forget that he or she is also a talent.
An influencer.
No, you're a talent first, because you are, after this, you're acting all this for us. You see, you just hear right now, you do live shooting mass. It's a touching thing, but you have to act up to it. So the broadcaster needs to know is an actor, is a presenter, is an artistic talent. Now, when we move out of that place, these guys that you call influencers, I've seen those regions and tapped into those content powers. So they wake up to know how to understand the pages to be posted, pictures that to be posted, creations. They know they have to have a team to do media campaigns for them.
Okay.
When you lose this part by organized people that just see the wave, to know that you have to take photo shoot at least in a quarter, twice photo shoot, your pictures are well studied, your content are placed, and you have a traction. You have people that understand the system that works in that way and feed in there. There's a clear pattern. So when we as professionals don't take those spaces, you have more of Pella. No, you have more people that see it as a solution.
Streets, you're being unfair to us. So you're being no. Okay, see, let me explain. All right, look, to become what you're asking is money.
Not really.
Wait, hang on a second. All right, let me paint this for you. Right. I don't like content creation. I don't like social media. I'd rather I'm a huge fan of pop culture. There's nothing you cannot ask me that I will not realize, because I enjoy pop culture. But that's where it ends, and I enjoy it for my sake in terms of just me and my inquisitiveness. Right. Away from that, to be what you're asking is wardrobe changes. Photo shoot that is expensive, and to do that you must hire the best hands, and those guys are expensive. You also need strategy in posting them, which means you need somebody who's a social media strategist who can tell you this is what you need. You need somebody to also get you in those rooms, because guess what? All the corporate brands, all the people who are doing all the high-flying events, they go to the actors and the actresses, and there's somebody who is a headhunter who is identifying those talents and put them in a room. And you want to go speak to those guys, you gotta. So it's expensive, and this job is not as expensive. It's not as high flying as the thing.
I'm not watching for I get paid good.
Let me give you.
You got a raise. You not tell me. You got a raise.
Let me give you a solution to that thing. Every of these content creators you saw, there's a guy called Victor. Victor used to shoot for Sabine. I think Sabine is one of these guys there as just a regular guy to just shoot. You can't start big when you're not big. You have friends that like you. You have friends that have studios. You just see the first thing to do, we tell us where you are going to. Everybody, check everybody's Instagram page. They have those days that camera is not nice. It's easy to make people that just have a team that understand what you want to do.
Money is not the first team.
Money is not the first thing.
Time is also expensive for us.
I build talent around this. Let me give you an instance. There's a girl called Stephanie Coker. She used to work in a particular station in Ireland. I put her on TV first. I put her wearing carpet because I realized this is going to happen years after. Anytime we talk, I told her, when I told you guys didn't see it, she was wearing carpet, and we had her post on Linda AKG, and the thing goes viral. That was the first female presenter to be on red carpet. Because we need to start understanding that there is nothing called a box TV anymore. It's mobile TV.
Okay.
Okay, away from us. Please leave us alone.
so I get this now, and I'm wondering whether the structures that were, and I mean traditional media, also failed the system, where we were unable to convert what we had into the kind
When they move with the time in terms of
the
trends.
modernized structures that are now. So these young guys are taking advantage of whatever it is, roguelike, without the regulation, and we failed to do so. Is that also a factor?
It is. It is. We woke up too late.
We woke up too late, exactly.
Because imbibing culture of growth, like you guys are here now, and in next 10 years, most of us will get older. Which are the young presenters we have on board? I'm not saying OAPs, I mean broadcasters. A lot of people don't even see to go back to FRC entry in school to go just or school about this because you think I do a YouTube channel and come back. And when you get to ask them questions, when they ask you questions, you're like, that's not a question because I know how questions sound like. We need the old structure forgot to wake up, but they are woken up anyway, so it's better. Because for instance, streaming guys a lot. Most of my news channels, like they know in my tab, you open my tab and TV, I don't miss news. Because the biggest money exchange value system is information. In as much as we are saying they've grown to an extent that they have seen the wake-up call. For instance, you see you guys wake up to do, this is live instant news, for instance, the Joe Box story. At least I thank God I'm not seeing on a blog, but I can see this live from news channel. Those days we used to hear the news from the news platform, not the blogs. Now I look at the main news, I see them from the blogs, not even the entertainment channels. So I think there's a wake-up call which has been get by you guys, for instance. News Central for me, I think that you guys have done more of penetration of community news, current trend conversations.
Convergence.
Which is a great thing for you guys. You are more into it now. And if other people can take it, leap into this, I'm also you as broadcasters, I'll come back to that. The moment you don't see it as a stress, it's simple. Let me tell you the truth. There are no more broadcasters OAP. They are all called talents. That's in English. Because if you are switching to an MC, you have the garments of the broadcaster. If you are switching the role for an advertorial, you're a model. Those words probably cage most of these systems which I think was a problem for us to denounce in our education sectors. So as talent, you are a broadcaster as at now. When you're moving to a movie scene, you're an actor. Moving to a video as a vixen, you're a vixen as a character. Those taglines sometimes limit us to penetration. They are saying agencies. You have more connect to agencies than even those guys.
Question. There's this F.A. Carter. I saw a video of him during a live stream, and he was tearing off his clothes. Is that a sale? Is that a sales speech for them to get more stream?
No, I think that's his character. Yeah, that's his character.
So that's a character.
That's his character. Because I remember he's done this not once, not twice.
To be nonsensical and
that's his character.
Doesn't that point to the audience itself?
Thank you.
So he's giving the audience what they want.
So the audience knows that's a character when it comes to his life. You know he can wear pants. You know he wears towel or wrap towel. The audience you're talking about are people that are called followers of him. Those that joined him when David came on board were new followers from David fan base. The thing we need to target is everybody is intentional about what they're doing. You can apologize later, but you can't tell me you don't know what you're doing when you're doing it. You get? It's to drive traffic.
Akstreetz, I wish we could continue with this conversation, but we've passed our allotted time. But I see what you're saying here. I know that traditional media needs to adapt, but I also see that traditional media sometimes adopt some of the things that these rogue guerrilla journalists or content creators do as well. So there's a fine line there, how to adapt and not adopt. We'll get it right in the end.
In modifying our content, how then do you now change the audience as well? Because if the audience is used to nonsensical and baiting, so you're doing so do you also have to tell your so here Johannesburg?
We'll not be doing that here on News Central. No, thank you very much.
I'm just saying.
Akstreetz, thank you very much for giving us your two pence on the issue here about content creation and where it's going and how.
Also, thank you for coming for our drug dealers. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.